Going on YouTube fam, this your boy Tony 2 times and we back with another episode of Hood Tales, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. Definitely watch the video to the end to hear the full story. Disclaimer, pay attention to details, man. There's a lot going on in this story, you feel me? A lot of information. So yeah, man, try to keep up with me. If you're new to the fam, definitely subscribe. Hit that notification bell for future uploads. Let's get right into it. Gang life. In my opinion, you have different kind of gangs. You have homegrown gangs, meaning the city has a certain group of people that have band together to protect their hood or make bread. Then you have big gangs like Bloods, Crips, GDs, and more that have structure and politics. I have my own reasons I can't judge whoever joins a gang. Some join because they are in environments they have no choice but to pick a side. Some join for protection. Others come from broken homes and are looking for a family vibe. But the thing is, once you join, you have to accept what comes with it. In a lot of cases, it could be the grave or prison. And on this episode of Hood Tales, we will be taking it to Virginia to discuss a case involving members of a blood set, the 9 Trey gangsters, a RICO indictment involving hits, robberies, and more. Antonio Simmons, aka Murdock, Nathaniel Mitchell, aka Savage, Malik Lassiter, aka Lico, were all alleged members of the 9 Trey line in Hampton Roads, Virginia. With Murdock being an OG in the set, his role was to keep the gang strong and money moving in his part of Virginia. Savage was a 3-star general who looked up to Murdock as an OG and father figure. By December 2015, for the work they put in and loyalty, Savage, Lico, and also 2 other men, Anthony Foy and Alvon Davis, who all were members except for Anthony's cousin at the time, Lico, who was thinking about joining the set. With his lineup, Murdock made the group his cleanup crew, or chosen shooters to handle any problems they came across. Things would get crazy in December 2015, when allegedly the gang committed a spree of robberies, hits, and attempts in the Hampton Roads and Virginia Beach area that left 6 people gone and more people wounded. Let's take it back though to what started everything. In the fall of 2015, Murdock would get disciplined by his big dog and OG, a man named Dido. Allegedly, Murdock and Dido attempted to get some grass to members in the state jail, but the mission failed. Dido held Murdock responsible for the money. The gang lost and put Murdock on freeze, a gang term which means if you don't make the situation right, you have to go. Murdock wanted to keep his name good and make everything right with the gang. So he called Savage, Anthony, and Alvon to help him get the money to pay his debt. A few of the men wanted to come up in the ranks by putting in work. So whatever Murdock wanted them to do, they were with it. Allegedly, Anthony already had a reputation in the area for shooting people for no reason. And Savage wanted to prove he went just as hard as Anthony. The two would be in competition about who could put in the most work. In November 2015, Anthony had concerns. A childhood friend and also fellow 9 Trey gangster, Al Tariq Tynes, was snitching. Anthony sent texts to other members stating Al Tariq had to be green lighted, meaning he had to go, but first robbed because he allegedly had money. On December 10th, 2015, about 7:28 p.m., with Murdock still being on freeze, Anthony linked up with Al Tariq. Anthony texts Alvon stating, "Don't call me, bro, but I need you on deck." Then Anthony texts Murdock saying, "In 20 minutes, I'm gonna call you, dad." About 1 minute later, to get the green light from that OG, Murdock Anthony texts again stating, "Is the meal guaranteed?" Talking about Al Tariq, meaning was he fooled or about to be hit? Murdock allegedly replied back, "Facts," meaning go ahead and do it. Shortly after, Anthony called Alvon for help. When he arrived, he saw Anthony and Al Tariq's gold Lexus with Al Tariq shot in the head, gone in the passenger seat of his own car. A few hours later, about 2:56 a.m., Murdock texts Anthony, stating, "I've been up all night. I need this money to pay back Dido by the morning or we all dead, bro." On December 14th, 2015, Murdock instructed a few members of the cleanup crew to rob a gambling spot in Norfolk at 7 o'clock p.m. But the plan fell through. Anthony Savage and Alvon were riding about 1:57 a.m. the next morning when Anthony told them to drive to Portsmouth, Virginia. Anthony texted Murdock, asking what was up with the gambling spot, in which he replied, "Handle it before 7 o'clock. About 2:16 a.m., allegedly Anthony told Alvon to stop the car before Anthony and Savage hopped out shooting at two people in the street. Both were hit. One person would survive, but the woman, Vandalette Mercer, would not make it. After the shooting, Anthony called Murdock to let him know the work they were putting in. 3 more hits would happen in just 2 days. After midnight on December 20th, 2015, Anthony and Savage shot and killed Linda Lassiter and Wayne Davis in Portsmouth because Anthony heard Linda was telling police he shot her house up on Thanksgiving, and on December 21st, Savage shot and killed Jamisha Roberts, allegedly just because she walked on the same side of the street as him and would not move out the way. Allegedly, he told Anthony, "You still got one body up on me, bro. I'm trying to catch up." By December 27th, 2015, a rival 9 Trey OG named Skino that ran the Virginia Beach fraction got word Murdock was on freeze. Murdock and Skino had a beef because one of Skino's members allegedly switched sides and went to Murdock. So even though Murdock's freeze was supposed to be a secret, Skino made it public to other members in the gang, leaving Murdock trying to take over Skino's set by whatever means necessary. On December 27th, 2015, Savage, Alvon, Anthony, and Anthony's cousin Lico went to a meeting at Murdock's house in which pressure was applied to Lico because he had on a red bandana but was not a blood yet, in which Anthony told everybody after passing Lico a blick, he about to come home or put in work to join the gang. During the meeting, Murdock told his crew about the beef with Skino and stated none of his members can hang in their area of the hood anymore. And if any of Skino's men that's not trying to join them, hit them on sight. The cleanup crew left together, Blitz in the whip, looking for Skino's men. They knew where his general lived and knocked on the door. The general named Nino called Savage, stating, "Bro, I just seen y'all leave my house." In which Savage stated, "We were just coming to check you out, trying to keep everything calm." By this time, Skino told his men in Virginia Beach to get their blicks up. It was about to be a war. Murdock's cleanup crew drove to Virginia Beach, where Savage thought he knew where one of Skino's men named Lanes lived. Savage drove around back to ask some people if they seen Lanes, but they haven't seen him. Then the crew drove back to Portsmouth, going down the list of Skino's generals. Anthony called a man named Blacko and pretended he wanted to buy blicks from him. But Blacko was suspicious of Anthony and told him he moved to Norfolk. But the cleanup crew went to where Anthony thought Blacko's house was at anyway, in Portsmouth, with him stating, "I knew he was lying," when he saw someone home. But when they got to the door, it was a young lady, Blacko's ex-girlfriend. Allegedly, when they asked for Blacko, she said she didn't know where he was at, before Savage shot the young lady 6 times. While the men was running back to the car, they shot at neighbors watching as well. Fortunately, the young lady would survive. After hearing about the shooting, Murdock called Alvon screaming loud and stating now Blacko and Skino were looking for Alvon. Alvon later testified that he didn't think Murdock was mad about the shooting, but that it came back on him. Some robberies also occurred during this time, before Rico was eventually dropped and came down on Murdock and the cleanup crew, charging members with trafficking, murders, attempts, robberies, and more. With witnesses, recorded phone calls, surveillance, Murdock was found guilty and sentenced to life plus 50 years in prison for allegedly being a shot caller and leader of the gang. Nathaniel Mitchell, aka Savage, was sentenced to 5 life sentences plus 50 years. Anthony Ford was sentenced to life in prison. Malik Lassiter, aka Lico, was sentenced to 35 years in prison. Alvon Davis was sentenced to 45 years in prison. Rest in peace to every victim in this case. I send my deepest prayers and condolences to your family. More of this story, gang life is guaranteed, one or two things: the grave or prison. Trying to stay in good standards and not be fooled for your own gain comes with a price. Life is cheap in that world, even yours. But is it worth innocent people getting hit and you doing life behind a game that's probably gonna snake you in the end anyway? I don't think so. So remember, we gotta succeed not to fail, so we won't be just another hood tale. Man, rest in peace to all the victims in this situation, man. Crazy situation, crazy story. So basically, the OG was trying to keep the gang name alive. They ain't want to look weak. They ain't want to look like they was fooled. You feel me? So anybody they thought that was telling, anybody they thought they had bread, anybody they thought that was trying to cross them, they went at. You know, they went on the spree for a few months, just doing licks. You feel me? Trying to get their ranks up, trying to get their name up, trying to keep their gang going harder than any other gang. You feel me? And it cost a lot of people their life, 6 people in total. A lot of other people got wounded. You know what I mean? It's crazy, man. Messed up situation. They threw their life away. A lot of these young men was shorties. They was young. You feel me? Lico, he got 35 years and he wasn't even all the way official yet. He was just coming home. As soon as he jumped off the porch, he got jammed up, man. Crazy, you feel me? But let me know what y'all think about this, man. Leave your comments below. I appreciate you if you made it to the end. It's your boy Tony 2 times. Y'all already know it's all love, fam. Tap that like button. I'm out.